Hi again, everybody. My name is Tanya Manning-Yard. I'm the producer of the Father Son Galaxy podcast, here to do another episode of Storytime with Maceo. And I'm here with our son, Maceo. Maceo, say hi, everybody.
Hi, buddy.
We're going to be reading one of Maceo's favorite books, Playing at the Border, a story of Yo-Yo Ma. And this book is special to us not only because we love children's books, but because Maceo is learning to play the cello. And this is one of his favorite books that he likes for us to read to him, as well as his music teacher. You ready? Okay, baby. Okay, sweetie. Playing at the Border. On the banks of the Rio Grande, feet planted on the soil of one nation, eyes gazing at the shores of another, Yo-Yo Ma played a solo, accompanied by an orchestra of wind and water. Fed by the snow-capped mountains of Colorado and flowing into the Gulf of Mexico, the Rio Grande became a boundary, dividing two countries that used to be one. Yo-Yo Ma made music on the riverbanks that separated people into Mexican, American, citizen, immigrant. Though they, we, were, are one. Feet planted on the soil of one nation, facing the shores of another, Yo-Yo Ma closed his eyes as music poured from his heart through his hands. He was a prodigy who chose the cello because the double bass was too big, and he played Bach, but could barely see above the kitchen table. Precise placement of his fingertips produced perfect notes, memorized when he was 4, 3 years before he performed for Presidents Eisenhower and Kennedy, 26 years before he won his first Grammy, 47 years before he became a United Nations Messenger of Peace, and 52 years before he accepted the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Born in France to Chinese parents and raised in the United States, Yo-Yo Ma challenges convention and weaves worlds together. He designed a garden set to song, united musicians across the Silk Road, and transplanted classical sounds into hip-hop movements. He finds home at the intersections of cultures where traditions are kept alive and new ideas are born. Feet planted on the soil of one nation, eyes gazing on the shores of another, Yo-Yo Ma guided his bow gracefully back and forth across the strings of his cello. Built in Italy, his cello was made from parts that came from lands of many languages. The stick of the bow from a tree grown only in Brazil. The hair of the bow from a horse's tail in Mongolia. The ebony frog from a forest in West Africa. The cello wood's reddish hues dyed with dragon's blood from Indonesia, and its yellow accents created with curry powder from India. Pieces united in one instrument, one language, and nicknamed Petunia. Feet planted on the soil of one nation, eyes gazing at the shores of another, Yo-Yo Ma coaxed Petunia strings to sing Bach's cello suites. Their notes danced over rocks and rivers and walls into the sky. Composed in Germany 300 years before it swooped and soared, whirled and twirled over the Rio Grande, this music was nearly forgotten. It was rediscovered in a secondhand store in Spain, then recorded, revived more than 2 centuries after it was written. Its notes reached through time alive. Fingers flying over 4 strings, Yo-Yo Ma made improbable melodies, a harmony of notes, a symphony of sound from a single cello. He played at the border between nations, between cultures, between languages, between centuries, and built a bridge. The end. Thanks so much for joining us again for Storytime with Maceo. My son Keith is now going to take over and tell you where you can find us.
Yes, I'm back. This is still my show. No, just kidding. So you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Bothersome Galaxy. Our website, bothersomegalaxy.com. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, check out our merch store, bothersomegalaxy.myspreadshop.com, where we're merch. And also, please donate to our Patreon page so we can keep making awesome content like this. And check out our Spreaker page as well. That's it.
All right. Well, until next time, take care, and we will see you again.